Hey you guys, I know no one is in here yet. I am trying to get a hold of you guys to let you know that I had to change the link at the last second. So, ooh, and I'm playing my ad now. So, hold on. Oh, we don't want Bud Light. No. All right, so I'm trying to figure it out. I just texted Auntie Anne so she could tell people. For some reason, it's there. I can see it. Like when I go on YouTube, I can see the one that I set up this morning. But when I go to my laptop, it's gone. Like I can't, it doesn't say that it's in there scheduled and I can't get into it. I can't delete it. I can't anything it. So it's just sitting there, which is a bummer because a lot of people are probably going to go to the wrong one. But there we go. Hi, Jerry Jones. I feel like this got dark again after I fixed the lights, but hopefully it's not too dark. I don't know. I don't know if it's just my screen or what, or my eyes. I guess I should look at it on my phone. It does still seem like it's kind of dark. That's what happens when you're trying to do stuff by yourself. You end up messing it up. There we go. Hi guys. Oh my word. I don't even know what happened. Oh, yeah, it was nuts. I went to go log into it and it's like not there. And I was like, that's weird. So then I quickly had to make a new live and I can't even find the other one to like delete it. So it's weird. I figured y'all have figured out. I texted Auntie Anne right away because I saw she was in the other chat with all y'all, and I was like, I gotta tell everybody. And I tried to post it in there, but I apparently have not made myself a moderator on the other channel. So why does it sound like the tractor's driving? Nobody's home to drive the tractor. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's somebody coming up the road. Must be somebody coming up the road. Anyway, guys, ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, and now it's gone. Yeah, something screwy happened with YouTube then because I could still get into it. I don't know. It's some bad juju happened with that setting up that live, I guess, because I shared it on social media earlier. I don't know what happened. Something bad happened. Let me tell you. But it's a beautiful day. I couldn't get the light quite right. The light's quite right. Usually Mike sets those up when we're outside because he's better at it than I am. So I did the best I could. Hopefully it's not too dark for you guys. It looks darker on my screen than it does on my phone. So hopefully, but you guys get to see all the little hummingbirds zipping around. I just refilled all the feeders today. So anyway, hi guys. Auntie Anne, thank you for spreading the word. We appreciate you. Hello, Butch Brown. Hello. The Gilliam Farms, Mrs. Gilliam Farms. Hello. Got to meet them at the YouTube Mid-America meetup that MT Homestead put on. I told you I was wearing your shirt today, Mike and Terry from MT Homestead. Thank you so much, Paul. He said he just posted the link on the other stream, so I appreciate you for doing that. Jump to Gem says, what happened, Sid? I don't know. I'm going to chalk it up to a YouTube glitch because I set it up this morning. I won't keep talking about this, I promise you guys, but I know some of you are filtering in and wondering what I did. So I set it up this morning like I always do for the live at night, shared it, the link and everything on social media. And then I was watching Mama V's and I was getting my laptop set up and I went to log into it and there's a section when you do it from your laptop that says, you know, your scheduled streams to manage your scheduled streams. And I went into it and it's gone. It's not there. And I'm like, what? So I logged out, logged back in, still not there. So I went on my phone and I could see it on my phone as like a YouTube user that it was there. And I could see people were waiting for me, but I couldn't get into it to start it because there was nowhere to start it from. It disappeared on my computer. So then I had to start this new one and it's like the whole thing. It's a whole thing. Hello, full grown country. Mike did it. That was my first thought, actually. I thought, did he go in there and delete it by accident when he was loading, sipping, and spilling today? Like, what happened? So, but luckily, I don't know. I managed to get it in there. Sunny R says, hello, Sid. Love those firecrackers. Yes. Did you get to try some at the meetup? Because they're good. They are good. Hello, everybody. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. I love it. There's Lindsay into the mist. We had, man, you guys, I'm still flying high from last week's live. We had, I feel like I'm sitting weird in the middle of this couch. So I'm going to scoot over because eventually Mike's going to come out like the diva he is. I'm still flying high from last week's live because we had Tim, we pushed him over the edge for his 25K. We got Lindsay with Into the Mist over the edge for her 3K. We got White. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking right now? Tara is her name. White Rock Homestead. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really bad with names sometimes. We got them to hit their 1,000, and we bumped a little bit DD5, and they ended up hitting it like within a few hours. So that was good. But I'm telling you, sometimes my hamster falls off the wheel, and I just have to kind of like nudge it back to life and back on the wheel and get it spinning. So no, he's not in the garden, Josh. I think he's still sitting in there at his computer. He should be toddling out here shortly, I hope. Josh Ward actually came by this last weekend. He brought some fruit trees. Hopefully those don't get too loud. If they do, I'll take them down. Just let me know, guys. He brought some fruit trees for us, and he had this meat grinder that does like 25 pounds at a time, which would be great during deer season and stuff, that we were buying off of him. And I think that was it. I think that was all you were bringing by, I think. And to just come by and, because him and Mike have been texting and talking a lot, but they hadn't met face-to-face. Every time we thought we were going to meet face-to-face or like go out to dinner or something happened and we didn't go. So I don't know. Oh, Jinky D says, thanks so much, Paul Honeyman, for directing me to the right live stream. Yes, appreciate you, Paul, for reposting that. Yeah, I know some of you are reposting it, and I appreciate it. Backroad Freedom, Justin is in the house. Beth is in the house from BNUS Odyssey. I love it. I love it. I feel like I'm trying to read it off the screen. Oh, the dog food. That's right. He brought me dog food. So Frankie comes running in. I hadn't gone outside yet. I was upstairs editing. Frankie comes running in the house with this little tub of brown stuff. And I didn't have the lights on in the house. And it was later in the afternoon. I couldn't tell what it was. And she's like, don't touch this. Don't eat it. It's dog food. And goes running back out of the house. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So later, Mike's like, did you try that yet? And I'm like, no, Frankie said it was dog food. And he's like, and they laughed. It's chocolate honey. He keeps bees as well. And they make this like chocolate infused honey stuff that's like very good. And she told me that it was dog food so that I wouldn't eat it so she could have it all to herself. Because she's sneaky like that. That's right. Brack Road Freedom says, remember everybody to hit that like button. Randall Gramlin says, what is shaking all? Paul Honeyman says there was an after hours show with Tim. I don't know. He's pretty busy with Tracy nowadays. So, oh man, y'all are talking so fast and it's hard for me to keep up. Red 81 Camaro, hello, hello. 9 Acre Family Farms, hello. Clifton Childers, hi. How is everything going there with you three? We are doing quite well. Thank you very much. Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, is in the house. I know, Frankie's a character. I tell you, you never know with her if you're coming or going sometimes. Oh, I don't know what to tell you, man. White Rock Homestead is in the house. Did you just hear me struggle busting over your channel name a minute ago? Because that was embarrassing. I was like, I have the worst time keeping everything straight. I was all White Rock, and for some reason it didn't sound right. And then I was like, White Rock, White. I felt like I was missing one more word in between white and rock for some reason, but I was not. So, welcome to my brain. Sometimes I was just saying, sometimes the hamster falls off the wheel, and that was exactly what was going on. A lot of names to keep straight, and I don't do well with names. Oh. So, I didn't see what you said, Jen. I just saw what you just said. The chat was moving kind of fast. Oh, look, the diva has arrived. Yeah. Lonely Hitchhiker Kent says, howdy, howdy, y'all. And Sid, hello. It's all Grady. What is going on, you lovely people? Denise and Marcel are in the house. What is going on? I'm getting better at remembering people's names and their channel names together. Sometimes I will remember a person's name, not realize or not be able to remember which channel they go to. That's a struggle I have sometimes too. I will scooch because
What's up?
what's up?
Oh,
So
yeah.
anywho, that's because they were hollering out White Rock Nation at the meetup. That's right. That's right. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi,
Dude, we are getting buzzed.
I'm telling you. In
1, 2, 3,
not
4,
in that
5,
kind of way,
6.
guys. We're getting like buzzed by, well, they can see them. They can
There's
see
a
the
lot of hummingbirds right
There's
there.
a lot of hummingbirds. So
how many people we got in here? 114 people.
Yep.
65 likes.
Yeah, you gotta like us more. We need you to like us.
Come on now.
Yeah.
What'd I miss? I'm about 11 minutes. I'm 11 minutes late.
Oh, I'm not gonna fill you in.
Not gonna fill me in?
No. David Glunt, hello. Mike, late again. Yes, that is accurate. He's gotta, hold to tradition.
Always late.
12 Stones Ranch. Hey, good evening, Mike and Sid. Hello.
I realized, oh man, what's his name?
Josh.
Josh?
Who are you talking? Wait, are you
12 Stones Ranch?
No. Byron.
Byron?
No.
Anyway.
Wait. See, this is where I struggle.
What's your name, bro?
Your face right now, but then I start going, wait a minute, which channel is which name? That's where I get messed up. I apologize.
Yeah, Byron.
See, okay.
I realized when
messed me up with starting with the J names. That's why.
I don't know why I wanted to say Justin.
Because when you met him, he was standing next to Justin. I think. At least I think when I met him, he was standing next to Justin.
Well, what I was gonna say was, I saw you like a dozen times
just
at the meetup,
just right now.
and I don't think we ever really chatted.
Oh, I met him.
I realized that when I was watching back one of the videos, I was like, man, I remember seeing you walking around with people, and we passed each, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, I want to chat with him at some point, and then we never chatted.
That's right. Don't feel bad. He does the same thing to me.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, she's walking down the hall. I'll talk to her later.
There's a joke there, actually.
There is. Yes.
Somebody already knows the joke.
We won't go that far with it, but yes. There we go. Sherman Family Farms is in the house. We'll get these names right eventually, you guys. I promise. That's why I never get like upset when somebody gets my name wrong, because I get Sid spelled wrong. I get Cindy. I get Jessica sometimes.
SID a lot.
I get SID constantly. And it's SYD for those of you that are wondering right now how I spell it. But I get Jessica. I got Melissa. Somebody called me Melissa the other day, and somebody called you David. So nobody knows anybody's names around here on YouTube.
Oh.
In the comments, it's it gets confusing if you just refer to us by all our channel names and we just don't have personal names. I feel like that's fine too, because it's too much for me to remember. And the more older I get, the more my hamster falls off the wheel. So there's that.
How many of you guys are doing mad about the gardening right now? I'm curious. I want to know. I'm a gardening fool right now.
Jen says, Sid, I said hello from the Rabid Nocturnal Animals Ranch. I was giving her a hard time because yesterday during the day, she sent me pictures of 3 armadillos rooting around and said there was a raccoon nearby. And then today she sent me a picture of the raccoon, like living its best life, climbing up the tree, giving her a dirty look. And I was like, girl, all those animals that are supposed to be nocturnal are jacking around during the day. They're probably all rabid. You need to figure out your life.
First of all, yeah.
It's like,
you almost never see an armadillo in the daytime. She got 3 of them in the middle of the day wandering around in her front yard. Something is not right over there.
They're planning a hostile takeover.
Something's not right.
It's not a good thing. So, but speaking of Jen, since she's here right now, Josh says he's picking cucumbers right now. Josh Ward that was here the other day. We already went through all that on here, so you don't have to reiterate.
Dude, you're picking cucumbers right now. I am jealous.
He just planted his.
I'm so late with my garden, but I did finally hill up my potatoes last night, and they look really good. So I got a 40-foot row of potatoes. My garden's maybe a little ambitious.
Denise and Marcel, it's all Grady, say that they are lucky that it's not a crime to neglect their garden. But you guys have been busy, like, I don't know, building your house, like getting all that squared away, and But I know like White Rock Homestead. I watched, I don't know which video it was the other day of you guys going over all your garden tables and what you had out, and it was looking pretty promising there. And you had your blocks out where you were making your beds. It was looking pretty good.
Oh, like cinder blocks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not like Legos.
Kind of like milk beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were building it. Well, at least it looked like to me they were building it higher up, which is cool because then you don't have to bend over.
Right, I was just gonna say I am gonna do some raised beds.
That's we call
up
that
near
old
the house.
people gardening.
That's right.
We don't have to bend over.
Up near the house, on the south side of the house where it gets, the correct sun, I'm gonna do some raised beds along the back side. And for the stuff that, like, the herbs and stuff that we want to just go outside and pick, and then I'll use that for a lot of my like early spring greens and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to be said about not having to bend over. Okay.
Anyway, Frankie's spending the night at a friend's house tonight, so I can't promise that you may not have to bend over.
Right there. A family show.
Oh, come on, that was funny. Anyway, speaking of Jen, I know Jen's like, what about me? So, Jen has guardian livestock dogs, and one of them, well, the female one to be specific, had babies. So we're going to have babies in a couple weeks. A couple months. We will have our new guidestock guardian logs. Yeah, livestock guardian dogs. This is just water, I promise. My hamster is really overworked today.
You're welcome, White Rock. About the rummus. Hey, what's up? Hey, listen. Now you have to look at me. You don't like sweet tea.
Are you sure? Because he drinks my coffee some mornings.
Yeah. Okay, let's just clarify. I don't like you. Don't go on the computer. See, this is why he's got to go.
He's fine.
I'm gonna lock him in the garage.
No, he's fine. I'm
gonna bring out a squirt gun that's got like pepper sauce, hot sauce in it.
Oh no! But he's so cute. Look at your face.
He always does that. Anytime you grab him right there, he goes like this.
Can I get a what? He's
yeah.
funny. Yeah. Anyway, so that's her dog had puppies, and now we're gonna have puppies here before too much longer once they're weaned and ready to go. So I'm excited. You need the gloves for Bunko. I know, right? I know.
So, yeah, the garden is it's in full swing, and honestly, I think it's a bit of a problem that I'm as late as I am for some of the stuff. There's a lot of stuff I can't even plant now. It's just too late because it's too hot. I was actually considering how I could get a little bit of shade over some of it.
Heartland HQ, I didn't even see you guys in here. Hello, Tamara and David. Old Man King Homestead says, beautiful cat. He's a spunky one as well. He's adorable.
Yeah, I was watching him last night. I woke up, I went into the kitchen. It was like, oh man, I don't know. It was like 2 a.m. I fell asleep on the couch watching TV, and then woke up, went into the kitchen to get a glass of water. You know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you got that I've been asleep taste in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm standing at the kitchen window looking out at that because the kitchen window is right there.
Yeah.
And way down there, all the way at the end of the yard, there's a light. And all of a sudden I saw movement down there.
It's like a big light. It's like the power company light.
Yeah.
Like a telephone pole light.
Yeah. And I saw movement down there under the light, and it's pretty far away. And then I realized it was Bunko, like running in circles, chasing something small enough that I couldn't tell. I couldn't see it.
Living his best life.
It was like 2 a.m, and he's just out there just like terrorizing something.
Yeah. He's a huge man. I'll tell you what. Oh. Sally. Oh, Salty Dog.
Salty Dog. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
What do you think of my name change? I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you were.
I don't know who you were, and I can't tell from the. I'm not good at remembering the little widgets.
But
I'd have to know what you were before. I know a Salty Dog is a good drink. If you.
Well, it's also a reference to A sailor.
Oh, maybe that's Josh Ward then.
A salty old dog is somebody.
Wasn't he? Weren't you guys both in the Navy? No. Am I wrong? That's somebody else.
Josh and I
Nope, then
never
I'm thinking
discussed.
Oh, okay, then I'm thinking of somebody else. That's not Josh. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be
David Moffat. Hello,
could be Tim.
hello.
Old Man on a Mission.
Oh, it's
okay.
Old Man on a Mission. Okay. All right. What
Were you in the Navy, old man?
To split? Too much water, too much sun.
What's that?
David Glunt wants to know what causes tomatoes to split: too much water or too much sun.
Most commonly, too much water. But you know, there actually are a lot of things that could cause them to split. But some varieties are more susceptible to splitting than others. But the most common reason is water stress. So they'll get stressed because you underwater them, and then all of a sudden they get overwatered.
Tim Mason says that it is pouring down rain in Columbus right now. Tim and Dana that we met at the meetup.
Oh, hey Tim, what's up?
I have to put it in classification for him, or he can't.
He's an electrician.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just saying.
Oh, I thought that was like if he's not doing electric work in the rain.
No, but you could.
Or at least he shouldn't be.
Tim the electrical
Tim the
guy.
tool man Taylor.
That's right.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, same thing with a lot, like even some of your root veg like radishes. Holy cow, radishes will split really bad if they get a little bit dry and then they get a lot of water. They just like suck it up and it's too much. And
Auntie Ann says when you drop them on the ground, so that's when they split.
Yeah, a lot of times they will.
That's very accurate. Let's trade paint. What's going on? Hello. Rambling with the brooms. Hello. What is going on? What is going on? Let's see.
Old man was actually
in the Marines and the U.S. Army.
Yeah. So you should have changed it to Devil Dog. I'm just saying. Semper Fi, amigo. Oh wow, he was nuclear, biological, and chemical. Were you a radiologist or tech? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Marines is a department of the Navy. So there's that. Anyway.
Tamara David said, speaking of radishes, they've got to go pull theirs.
I know. I'm so bummed about the radishes. It's probably too late for me to plant radishes.
White Rock Homestead says, hoorah, Semper Fi.
There you go. It's probably too late for me to plant radishes, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Sheila Tubbs from Missouri.
What's this, Mike?
Josh Ward said it isn't raining in Steens, Tim. I don't know what Steens is.
It's down there near.
Oh, I'm like, I've not heard.
Okay, so David's got a question about strawberry plants in raised containers. They never seem to get enough water, even though you water them night and day. So what's going on there is your soil is just draining too well. The one benefit to raised containers is if you're in an area where the soil doesn't drain well and you need it to drain a little bit better, you do raised containers, you put soil in there. So if you've got it draining too well, then you're going to want to amend that soil with something that retains water a little bit. You know, everybody talks about, you know, the perlites and the vermiculites and all these. I'm a huge fan of compost, man. If you can get your hands on compost, while it does drain well, it also sponges. So it'll hold some of that moisture in.
My husband likes poop.
And it also breaks down. Well, compost isn't necessarily the same thing as poop. Like you can compost poop.
I know. I'm teasing.
But just organic compost because it's breaking down and it'll pull those worms down. Now I don't know what kind of raised containers you have. If the bottoms are open, where the worms can get up in there, but yeah, if you can get your hands on some good compost, do that. Always do that.
Yeah. Jen says no rain here, but the other day it was pouring at Beth and Ryan's, but nothing here. See, and that same day it poured here.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Oh no, I was in town. I was on the 8th. That's right. I was in town.
Yeah. You were in town and it poured on you, and I got 4 sprinkles.
Yeah, it
never rained here.
That's right. It never rained heavy.
Because I didn't water my garden because I thought it was about to come a flood, and then I had to go out there in the dark and water it after the storm passed, and I got no water. So, and I checked today, because I'm starting to get a little bit of leaf curl on my tomatoes.
Hi,
They're getting a little stressed.
Homestead.
So I'm having to water by hand because I don't have my irrigation set up yet. So I'm gonna work on that tonight. But anyway, yeah, I was checking the forecast today to see if we got any rain coming, and we got no rain coming.
No rain coming. Joe Lotto says, "Is Mike a tomato expert now, or a work in progress?" He's pretty good with the tomatoes.
I mean, I would not call myself an expert.
He never says
but
that. But he's very well versed.
There's certain
produced.
There's certain things that I have grown a lot of over the last like 7-8 years. And tomatoes is one of them, and garlic, and I mean, there's actually quite a few things that I've grown a lot of over the last few. But I would not say that I am a gardening like expert. I would just say that I've made some mistakes
in the South for compost.
and learned a few
What
things.
does that mean?
Cotton gin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be getting that this year.
Okay, that's Josh saying that.
Oh,
wood
yeah.
chips decompose.
Yeah, cotton gin trash takes a while to break down.
Going too fast.
You got to pile it up right, and you got to keep it watered. But boy, it makes good stuff when it does. So I'll be getting some of that this next season, like 10 or 12 or 20 yards of it probably.
It's never too late to plant radishes because they cycle through so fast, I think, right? So it's still not.
Yeah, they're like a 28 to 32 day deal. But I mean, we're gonna forecast for 90, 91 degrees, this weekend, and that's a little hot with no shade for radishes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna plant some anyway.
Our Okie Homestead says, "Looking good on those shorts with those hips."
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to film a little bit every day out there. And
White Rock says, "First time gardener in the South. I have so much to learn, so I love the advice. This year is definitely trial and error."
Every year is trial and error.
Right?
Let me tell you right now.
It's the same with my animals too.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always something that shifts that you weren't expecting, or something happens and it changes stuff,
Right. Like I've grown tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes every year for several years, and I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff completely different this year than I've ever done before. So, I mean, look, we're always trying to improve upon what we're doing, or at least paying attention to to what's going on. Like a lot of people probably their first year growing tomatoes would not have even noticed the leaf curl that I've got right now, because it's just on the edges of the leaves. But after trial and error, and you start picking up on things and noticing things and seeing a little discoloration. And
Your farmhouse says, "Farming, gardening is nothing but a gamble." LOL. Yes, that's true.
And he's a professional farmer for sure.
Yep. Janice Hicks says, "Hi, Mike and Sid. I saw one video of a gardener who used cardboard boxes in between the rows and water soaked them with the hose and let the roots absorb the water, and no water applied to the plant." Interesting.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's wicking.
White Rock Homestead says hers are curling too. Help. I don't know what you were just
Yes, that little bit of leaf curl is not the end of the world. It's usually related to water stress. And I know exactly what's going on with mine, because I've got I'm manually watering, and I'm not on a consistent schedule right now. So, they get a little too dry, and then you try to overcompensate and get them some water. And then it's hot. It's hot. It was hot today. So that little bit of leaf curl is not the end of the world.
So David Moffat says, "I grow radishes every week, and overabundance can be thin sliced, sprayed with oil, and cooked, and better than a chip."
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually done that.
Sorry, my screen is moving really fast, so
I just love radishes. I just eat radishes, and I was hoping to plant it to have some bunches of radishes to take to the farmer's market, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think I can do about 30 bunches of radishes like 7 or 8 radishes to a bunch per 10 feet of my bed. And I think that is about as many as I would want to take on a Saturday day to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to plant out 10 feet. And then if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. But if 2 weeks in, if they're still doing all right, then I'll plant the next 10 feet and just succession all the way down like that.
Oh yeah, that is an option to turn on slow mode, but I never use it just because I feel like then I'm not up to date with stuff, and so sometimes it moves faster than others, but I still want to know what's going on so I can hunt and peck. White Rock Homestead says they're manually watering too, and they're looking, but certainly looking into an irrigation system beyond wine bottle irrigation.
Yeah, no, I have all the components for the irrigation. Just haven't built it yet. So I've started it. I've been laying out drip tape as I've been building beds, and I've got a pressure regulator to install down there. The last thing you want to do is throw, water into those drip tapes. It's got too much pressure behind it. So, I have everything I need. I just time. I just haven't had the time.
Jen says if you want radish started, she can try, or I can try. We don't eat them. I don't know.
I don't start radishes. I don't start most of my root crops. I don't start from seeds and trays. I direct sow them because the little tender little roots will get deformed. At least that's what I believe. I've seen people buy like 6-packs or 8-packs or 12-packs of like beets, but I just don't. Carrots, beets, turnips, radishes, daikon, all those direct seed.
Direct seed. Direct to you, like factory outlet. I don't know.
Right.
I know that the all caps does help us to see comments better too sometimes, because you see me leaning forward reading them to Mike. So
with all those old tarps, can't you make them some shade? Yeah, I could.
I still need you to find me a sale for the poop.
I found one today.
Good boy.
But it's simple to say, oh, I'll just throw a shade cloth up, but then the logistics of actually doing it are, I mean, you got 30-inch wide rows, an 18-inch walkway between each one, and they're 100-foot long. What's your game plan for getting that shade cloth up over it? And don't forget,
Spider-Man.
It's not uncommon for us to have pretty strong wind events coming up out of the south. So, other than actually launching some legit low tunnels and putting the shade cloth over that and properly securing it to those low tunnels, I would think that anything that I do is going to lead to failure within a week of a wind event.
Mama V at Possum Run Homestead says, gonna listen while I make supper, jumping off chat for a while. No worries, we will. We know you're here with us in spirit. You're still listening. Vineyard Farmhouse says, wish I lived closer. I would make you a good deal on all our irrigation stuff. We will never use it again.
Really? I wonder what you got. Might have to look. We might have to see what you got.
Jen says she's going to Costco this weekend and she can look for more. I'm not sure what.
More what?
I don't know. More radishes? Or
no.
More. I don't know.
I'm not sure where you're going with
something. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with all the conversations just because I forget by the time I'm on to the next thing. I forget what somebody else said. Auntie Ann says her favorite meal growing up was grandma's fried chicken. She would go out to the garden and pick whatever was ready, wash it, and serve it. Radishes with fried chicken is the bomb. I bet it is.
I love those days when you just say we're just eating out of the garden,
Let's Trade Paint says 2 goalposts with cables between is how he would solve for that, to put the tarps, I guess.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. What you just said is sounds good from sitting on the couch. But first of all, you're going to spend a bunch of money on 2 goalposts, and then you're going to have to sink them 6 feet in concrete And then you got to get up there and stretch lines across them. And your odds of that shade cloth becoming a sail and getting torn up are going, yeah, I'm saying no to that whole plan right there.
David Glunt says more wine.
Right?
I don't know. Junk to Gems. Do y'all like rhubarb? I do. I don't have it very often just because you don't usually find it very often anywhere.
It actually grows well here.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I do like,
it's an annoying plant.
Yeah, I know. That's all right.
I've never grown it, and I don't know that I will. I don't really like rhubarb that much, but I have had rhubarb pie that I like.
No, Jen, he's in New York, other direction.
Who dat?
Jen's saying that she's gonna go visit Heather soon, so if you need me, if he lives near there, she could swing by and get the irrigation. But I'm like, it's the opposite direction.
Are you driving there?
She's going to, where is she now? Idaho?
Who?
Heather and Shane.
They moved to Idaho?
Right after we left from our visit from
Wow,
California.
good for them. Although that I'm gonna have to question that decision because Idaho's becoming.
He's got family there, that's why.
Quickly overrun by.
Yeah, he's got family there.
Well, we'll just say it's on the left coast still.
David Glunt says he grew up with a lot of peas, but they never made it in the house. He eats them in the garden while they were out working. That's what happens here.
Oh, peas are my favorite garden snack. I love to just eat peas while I'm tending the garden in the late spring.
Almost Homestead says, I wonder how much out-of-state hunting and fishing licenses are in Mississippi. I have no idea.
I haven't looked into it.
I imagine it's not crazy. Like it's, I would imagine it's probably.
Oh, I'm not even going to speculate.
Well, no, but I would imagine it's not out of the realm of like the other states that are near us.
Yeah, but I have no idea what an out-of-state license costs anywhere.
Yeah, you do. In Oklahoma, you were just there.
Oh, okay. So like a one-day license.
Yeah.
That was fishing only.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. But I'll tell you who does know. Google.
Jen says Will goes that way. Send him all the way to New York to pick up your irrigation. Oh, your eyes doing that twitchy thing. That's so weird.
That's true. Yeah. Will is constantly driving her all over the country.
White Rock Homestead says, we just left Michigan this past fall to start again in Arkansas. This is the time of year we miss Michigan and our river. That's true, but come winter, you're probably going to be a lot happier. Although it still gets pretty cold in Arkansas.
Not compared to Michigan.
But
where are you guys in Arkansas, if you don't mind saying on the World Wide Web? I mean, or like you could just say like east, west, north, south.
Thorn apple. I don't know where that is.
No idea. How close is that to Fort Smith?
We don't know. I don't know where Fort Smith is. We're in North Central near Mountain Home.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all get a little colder. Y'all get a little colder than
Google knows everything, says David Glunt. That's true. Yes, we know your man be driving everywhere.
Google gets some stuff wrong though. I'll tell you right now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, there's wasps drinking out of that.
Yeah, sometimes they do come over there.
That's not cool.
Well, they don't stay long. Usually the hummingbirds run them off.
I need to get the bug assault.
And assault some bugs. Well, it's hard because you're going to hit a hummingbird.
I know. That salt gun probably take down a hummingbird.
Right, yeah.
Why don't those hummingbirds like eat that wasp?
They will like chase them off, but they don't. Sometimes if the hummingbird's small, the wasp will scare it and it'll like chase the hummingbird off. It doesn't happen like a lot. Like it's not.
I'm going to tell you right now, that direction right there looks like storm. I think that storm that is whoever's talking about.
It was saying all afternoon that we were supposed to have thunderstorms and rain. But
I think it's holding just to the east of us. It must be moving northeast. It's not going to hit us.
David Moffat says he's looking at the area of North Arkansas near Come On and SLR and CRC. It's a nice area. We had looked there too. And we actually found a couple properties that we were like, oh, this would be nice, but the internet was what just
Yeah.
We had to make sure we had the internet for his work.
Yeah,
So.
I can't rely on satellite internet and then not knowing how long you're going to be on on the list before you get it. So, but I'll tell you, we couldn't have done better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We nailed it here.
Yeah, no.
Which is funny because Mississippi was never on my radar.
Mm-mm.
Even as a kid growing up in Tennessee, I knew where Mississippi was.
You had never been there.
It's down there, south of us,
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything in Mississippi I needed, so I never went there.
Well, you can't say that anymore.
Oh.
Can't say that anymore.
Oh.
That ship has sailed.
Oh, that's it now. Oh, we got 2 hummingbirds on one. Oh, come on. It's a wasp hummingbird standoff. And the wasp won.
Well, no, they're doing their thing. They'll figure it out. Oklahoma is terrible for internet unless you live near a city. You don't get good internet. I know that was the other thing I found because when I was looking in Oklahoma, because when I went to that last meetup, Frankie and I spent like 2 days going and looking at like a day and a half going and looking at properties. And every single one, it was like you either didn't have internet or it had sketchy internet or.
Those hummingbirds are mean to each other.
Yeah, the red ones are mean. The redheaded ones. They're aggressive. They be aggressive.
They've been beaten like a redheaded stepchild. Oh,
yeah.
That's crazy. I could probably sit here and watch those things for like a long time, and I don't have a long time to do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's raining yet. You don't have to move the puppies yet, but you're gonna have to keep an eye on the weather since they're outside.
Who's she talking about?
For sure. She's talking about. Never mind. It's fine.
Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas, Tennessee. Yeah, it sounds like you were looking at pretty much the same rectangle we were looking at.
Yeah,
we included
pretty much where we were looking.
We included some of East Texas.
Yeah.
East Texas was just getting too pricey for what it was.
And some of the areas that were feasible for us, the crime rates in those areas were a lot higher in the specific zones that we were looking at. So we were kind of like,
Yeah.
So, but I fought hard. I was like, I really wanted Oklahoma, and then I really wanted either Oklahoma or Tennessee.
Yeah, and I think I just assumed when we first started talking about this, I think I just assumed we were probably going to wind up moving to Tennessee because I'm from Tennessee. Why wouldn't I move back to Tennessee? But when we decided to kind of broaden our search and look, in this whole area that was very similar, we ruled Tennessee out pretty quick.
Yeah, which is funny because I, as a kid, always thought I was going to move to Tennessee when I was a kid. And then when I got older, I opted not to move to Tennessee. And then I ended up meeting him, who was from Tennessee. And then, like, one of my favorite movies, like, all time is Steel Magnolias. So I have a bunch of magnolia tattoos, which, of course, turns out to be the state flower of Mississippi. So I guess it kind of worked out. Although I do have Tennessee tattooed on me because I have my Jack Daniels bottle, but I guess I'm good. I'm close to Tennessee. Like that's like Tennessee. We've kind of like we're near it. Like it's 2 hours. We're in Memphis if we need to go to the airport or whatever. So yeah, I guess it works out. Just fine.
Let's see here, Lawton. We're close to somebody's daughters. Oh no, Auntie Ann is close to somebody's daughter. Right on.
Oh, close to Gems in Oklahoma. Yeah. Yeah.
Check it out. 185 people in here, 140 likes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Why do you want to pretend like we're friends?
Because he wants to come love.
No, don't encourage.
Well, I'm not
just ignore him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't talk to him.
Don't look.
Don't look now. Oh, denied.
Denied.
He thinks that he's supposed to walk on computers.
Well, that's a cat thing. Jaden does, or Jaden. Oh, that's 3 cats ago. Marty thinks the same. That's like more than 3 cats ago. That's like a lot of cats ago. She was my first cat though. Marty will get on my lap when I'm editing, and he'll usually be pretty good and not try to get on the computer, but every once in a while he'll want to. And I'm like, nope, you gotta stay in my lap, or you gotta go down.
So I am kind of excited about growing some cantaloupe and some watermelon this year. I have not really ever done that. One year I grew.
I tried to grow some melons in it.
Petite Gris.
What was that other melon that I did not like?
That's the one you didn't like.
The French one?
Yeah.
I like it.
And so I never grew them again. And so I really don't know that much about growing melons, but I'm gonna plant some and see what happens.
I could make so many jokes right now, but I won't.
It's cool. Remember, it's a family show.
I know. I just can't help myself.
But I don't think I'm gonna grow pumpkins.
White Rock Homestead says they have both of those growing, both cantaloupe and watermelon.
Nice. What about squash? Like not the zucchini and stuff, like acorn squash and butternut squash and spaghetti squash. I'm curious if you guys have those going. Those are the reasons that I won't grow pumpkin, because honestly, to me, the butternut squash is better than pumpkin.
Cantaloupe is easy. They trellis it and use netting to hold the melon, says our Okie Homestead.
Oh, you trellis it?
Yeah.
I was just going to grow it across the ground.
And Tim Mason says, did you see David from Come On's video today? That was scary. Yes.
Oh, yeah, the one where he tried to drop the tree on his head?
Yeah, we knew.
I wish he was in here right now so I could give him a hard time.
I know. We knew what was coming because we had talked to him and we knew he was okay.
Yeah.
But I was still like, what exactly?
But I have details.
Yeah, he didn't
I didn't know
give us
exactly
the details. I was like, did it actually hit you? Like, are you okay? He was like, no, yeah. I'm fine. So, but he got some good camera angles on it.
Yeah, he did. He got some good camera angles, and and good on him. Smart for realizing he needed to call somebody in that was good at that. Like, if I had to do some sketchy tractor work, I would call David because he's good at that.
Family Farm says we might have 160,000 watermelon plants growing right now. Sounds like you might need to pick Sherman Family Farm's brain.
Wait a minute. Sherman Family Farm, like, are you guys like a big farm, like selling at multiple farmers markets and stuff?
Joe Cool says I've grown butternut squash and I agree, better than cantaloupe. I do love butternut squash. I make butternut. Everything out of butternut.
You can make pumpkin pie.
Yeah, we can it. I make pie. Like we oh gosh, we made so many. We made noodles. We made oh gosh,
Remember the year I grew that Hubbard squash?
Yeah.
That was good too.
Yeah.
The only reason I haven't continued to grow it is because of how large and difficult to manage the actual squash is. But it was really good. It tasted like pumpkin.
I believe you. I can't remember right now.
It was super good. Yeah. But yeah, I think butternut is probably, it's right up there at the top of my favorite. It cans well. It makes great pies. I love pureed, like butternut soup. Yeah, it's good stuff. And then I'm also going to be doing acorn squash, which is one that
hello, Wanda Henry.
I've eaten, but I don't think I've ever grown it.
Which one?
Acorn.
Oh, I don't think you did.
I don't think I've ever grown acorn squash.
But I'll make it sometimes.
But I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know why. I missed why people were saying I'm sorry, Jen. I don't know what I missed there. I just saw her saying that she planted heirloom stuff, and then I don't know.
Who said that?
Sherman's Family Farm says our watermelons are sold all over Oklahoma and Texas.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what's your go-to watermelon variety? Because I'm going with I forget what it's called now. To go get the seed pack. But they're little and they're like dark, almost black. Might be called like a black baby or something like that.
David Glunt says, I love the flat patty. I grow it every year.
Oh, like patty pans? Yeah, I have those too.
Yeah, I love patty pans.
I grow those. I totally forgot to bring those up. But I classify those in with my summer squash, like with zucchini and crookneck, and like to me the patty pans are kind of in that same category.
William Baker says, "Good to see y'all. I'm guessing Frankie is on the tractor somewhere on the property." No, she's actually she spent the night at a friend's house. They had youth group today. They were hiking in Tishomingo State Park, and then they were going to be
Sugar baby.
AIing some
That's right.
cows that she had helped tag and give shots to a couple weeks ago, and they're AIing. I'm sorry, yeah, AIing. There we go.
They inseminating.
Yeah, some of those cows today. So she is gonna go and spend the night there and help with that. So hopefully help with that and not be a hindrance. I think she'll be good. But
so Sherman family, you're right. They're sugar baby. That's what they are. And so tell me if that was a good idea or not. I went with them because they're small, and you know, we're a small family, so to me it makes sense to grow, instead of growing the biggest watermelon that you can grow one that when you cut it open, you're going to be able to probably finish it. That's kind of my mindset. And then I went with heirloom so that anytime I can, I go with heirloom or open pollinated varieties of anything that I've never grown before. Because if I like it, I want to be able to harvest seeds from it so I don't have to keep buying seeds.
White Rock Homestead says, "Frankie needs to keep singing. She has a beautiful voice." Thank you. We think so too. And she does. She sings every Sunday in the choir and then constantly around the house. Tim Mason, Jubilee watermelons are some good ones.
Those are giant though. If they're the ones I'm thinking of, because when I was looking at all the varieties of watermelon seeds.
Our Okie Homestead said they didn't like the taste of the sugar baby watermelon and they don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they're not sweet enough or watermelony enough.
Did you
Sherman Family Farm says we grow a variety of red, yellow, and orange melons.
So yellow melons would be like in what your honeydews, and orange would be your cantaloupes, or no, honeydews are more green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Petite Grease. That's kind of a, what is that one? What would you classify that as?
I think that's closer to like a honeydew.
It's like if a honeydew and a cantaloupe had a baby. Yeah.
And that baby got kicked down into the gutter.
She doesn't like
them. I don't like them.
I like them. Yeah.
Yeah. Auntie Ann says she was so happy to finally hear both Frankie and Mike in person.
Oh no. Only had 3 of the sugar baby watermelons germinate so far.
So we'll see.
Well, how many seeds did you plant? So I'm curious.
Gotta IA those plants. Get the cow guy down there.
Yeah, and you know, melons is not my
AI. Why do I keep saying it backwards? My hamster is broken. Okay. What?
Melons is not my thing, so I don't know.
I don't know either. You're the one that brought them up.
Well, that's because I'm about to
plant them.
About to plant them.
Yeah. Dano P. Cola says that they get a volunteer watermelon plant that pops up sometimes. That's always nice.
Yeah.
We used to get those sometimes in the garden where like something had fallen and all of a sudden, like, you know, come the next season, some squash or pepper or that one year the sunflowers went crazy, remember?
Well, that's every year.
No, but they went really.
Well, that was because I let them go. Anytime you grow sunflowers, you're gonna get like volunteer sunflowers in that area. Sometimes I don't let them stay because where they are doesn't work. But last year.
Yeah.
I just decided to like work around them and let them grow. If they were in the pathways, walkways, whatever, I let them go.
Gerald Kinney says that Mississippi has a watermelon festival every year. Smith County, Mississippi is famous for its watermelons. There you go.
County, huh?
And what is it? Not Vardaman. Is it Vardaman? That's famous for its
sweet potatoes.
Yeah, Vardaman.
Yeah, that's why I'm not growing sweet potatoes, because, well, you'd be silly to grow sweet potatoes around here. There is a surplus.
Oh, White Rock says that they picked up seed packets at the thrift store. That might be part of the problem. They probably sat in a garage in a hot place, got wet. Who knows? That could be part of the problem there. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, David Moffitt says that that's the problem. Seeds are only viable for 5 years at max under the best conditions. Yeah.
Well, I disagree with you on that. However, they do have a shelf life, and most people do not store seeds in a dry, cold environment. I mean, I guarantee you there's some seeds out there that are viable for 20 years or more, kept under the right conditions. But if you keep them in a hot, humid environment, you know, like out in the garage, and you live in the South, yeah, they're not gonna last long.
Josh Ward says sangria watermelon, but you can't save the seeds because it's a hybrid. And then Auntie Ann says that her dad always grew muskmelon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the muskmelon. I forgot about that one.
And White Rock Homestead says that nearly all the tomatoes germinated. Over 300 tomatoes they planted.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Good for you.
That is really good.
That means you did it
make
right.
Some pasta sauce,
yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah. The tomatoes are the one thing that I got right this year, because I started my peppers, my tomatoes and my peppers. I started all that indoors early back in February. And so all the mishaps that I had with the garden and the spring and the whole spot being bad and having to relocate and setting me back, like all the stuff that I was going to direct sow got jacked because of that. But my tomatoes and my peppers, they're looking good.
I'll be careful, Paul. He said I have to be careful you don't bite it off when I suck my tongue out at you. Yeah, put them in the freezer. Jar them, can them, make sauce and jar it. Like that. Put those tomatoes to good use throughout the year, I say.
That's right.
By golly, 3-minute warning. Thank you, Auntie Ann. Yes.
I'm probably gonna be reaching out to. Actually, Sherman? I'm gonna go see if you guys got any videos on your Sherman Family Farms about your. I almost said tomatoes, but
yeah, you're talking about the watermelon.
I'm more interested in your watermelons.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can shoot him an email, and I'm sure he will respond to you.
Because there's a guy that sells watermelons here in our
he's
local
like getting
town.
them from like Mexico or something.
I don't know where he's getting them from, but he's not allowed in the farmers market, because in the farmers market, everybody in the little farmers market you have to grow it.
White Rock Homestead says pictures. I'm not sure what the pictures part is about. And I need some pepper lessons. Pepper lessons.
Pictures? Oh, probably they're saying they want to see some pictures of the garden.
Oh, I don't know.
I should do that. I should post like a post. But I'll tell you where you can see them.
She is talking about pictures of your peppers and tomatoes.
Go over to my TikTok.
Yeah, go to Mike's Tickety Talk.
Go check out my
He's
TikTok.
under 3 Mississippi Mike on TikTok, and he will learn you about some plants.
Yeah.
And you can see all his plants that he's got in his rows that Frankie.
How come Sid's got a great tan and I'm red?
That's because I'm Italian and I get nice and tan.
Yeah,
and he just gets farmers.
I get farmer's tan. That's about it.
And Frankie she's kind of a weird mix of the two of us when it comes to that. She gets red like him, but then yeah.
I also wear long sleeves and a sombrero when I'm working out in the sun.
Yeah.
I don't mess around with the sun at all. Frankie make fun of me. My sombrero, my Mexican hat, she calls it.
Roger that, Jen. I'm gonna try to. I'll be in touch this week to go actually physically pick out my puppies. I will. I had to get
it's all ready
today. So.
Yeah, enjoyed chatting with you a little bit there. We'll be talking to you again soon.
Yeah, and Sherman, I knew you're gonna reach out to Sherman Family Farms because now he's gonna pick your brain about watermelons. But on that note, guys, our time is up.
I'm gonna go watch some Sherman Family Farms videos right now.
I know.
See what I can learn about watermelons before I go make some mistakes.
You. But we appreciate you guys. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I did my best to stay awake during plant talk because it's not my jam. I think I only yawned once. But anyway, I appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time. And that's my alarm to go take the trash for my neighbor down. Anyway, on that note, guys, take care. We'll see you later, and safety's off.
Safety's off!